The moon carved me into existence, scraped the sky with my potential, and positioned me on a perch of possibilities.
I was given into a hope stitch, where I spun around a spool, fastening aspirations around me like welcome bands. My mother blew air into me not once, but twice. The second time letting me follow the skyline like one of the missing 99 balloons, but I wasn't red, I was blue.
And I grew green with envy of those who knew nothing of tomorrow's promises. I used to lay awake at night staring up high, in awe of the poems the universe rainbowed into the sky, afraid to sleep because my father allowed my dreamcatcher corneas to be exposed to his closeted monsters. My guardian angels must have strung up the stars at night to provide some type of trail to follow, away from the role I had been assigned. I began to grow into something magnificent when they aligned.
I had, but never will, as I watched the mirror size up like it was my fault to be small-fingered, to be human. My fault to not carry as much weight in my hands as I wanted to. Like God picked me from a dust cloud just to watch the struggle. I grew the greenest shade of envy, imagining the heaviest side of the earth dropping down on humanity, trying to carry more than just shrapnel on my shoulders, just trying to collide as big as the sky had the day it decided to cry out potentials in the form of bodies. Bodies that carry secrets like hearts. Full-sleeved and open, hearts like mine.
Breaking.
Like the eggshells laid over the linoleum, whispering as my father promised he wouldn't be back to correct the rest of them, so I made a habit of standing on my tippy toes.
I, too, found myself trying to reach my peak, peeking over the shoulders of the elders, heard someone say, they don't make them like they used to. I wish I could explain to them I have been trying to break the mold, scope myself into something beyond comprehension, paint myself as close to perfect as my Basquiat heartbeat will allow me to be.
You think it wouldn't be easy to crack a mold dead set on toughening up, though I'm certain if I could shake the powder from plaster, I'd wake up perfectly in two. Cut down the middle of the loneliest dreams I wake from, finding breathing is just survival's way of letting me thunder under lightning without being struck. You want to tell them. Things aren't made like they used to be, but I swear I can make different. Surf sunsets without oceans.
Dodge puddles without rain.
Then break broken till it looks just like a fix.
So tell me conception isn't a birthright.
That growing isn't a lifetime. That everyone isn't just a seed planted in a drought.
I wish I could conjure up some folklore, but circumstance
is the concrete from which we roses rise, watered by current conditions.
Listen, we are too fixated on fixing. Time waits not for us to ready ourselves. If we do not delve into what we could be, we become fixtures, statues, stuck in the mind's museum on exhibit. We self-title ourselves Requiem for Tomorrows. I too wish to be nothing like normal.
Nothing like formal. I wish to form myself unrecognizable. Roses rising from concrete graves, circumstances birthing single days, just waiting for us to reach into them. Listen.
Like words are blind.
Run over them like Braille, composing notes only your veins can follow. All I have, or all I'll ever be, is in those songs. Bear them like the lost bear crosses, just to crucify the nights their eyes want to shut on purpose. I'll find you then.
At the end of the tunnel.
Where the road forks off and there's no ruby red slippers to bring you back to a place just like home. This is it. A chest, a heartbeat, a time bomb, two-stepping over vocal stutters.
Fixated on fixing.
When this mental exhibit has us in pieces for a reason, we are broken down simply to be remembered.
I want nothing more than to be remembered. I am slowly learning that fear and failure are sewn together. Stitch Siamese. And separation is a tedious task meant for the steady-handed, so I am attempting to train my fingertips to cut with such precision that when I operate on this wound that is the world, I'll leave a scar that'll be mistaken for a beauty mark.
I shall find you.
We'll probably hear your heartbeat drumming up a plan far off in the distance.
Seems as if we are distant relatives.
Who happened to unravel at the seams some time ago. The stars sang me to you. The moon is quite the seamstress.
And if the moon is a seamstress, then sew me to your porch swing, because I want to watch the stars sing you songs about daybreak, because I feel like we flew from similar cocoons. The universe, with its skyline smile, carved us both from a mountain destined to move. And on days when you feel like your mouth is an empty tape deck, pull the shutters from your windows.
Notice this world is nothing but still.
Yes, a still image placed on display in our frames of mind looks as if we are linked
by some chain of events not yet discovered.
Our hearts, in fact, are most likely ancient artifacts hidden beneath the shadows.
Before fallacy prevailed over facts.
We write nights next to moonlight,
with our aim set on exposing the wrongs of this God-forsaken place before sunrise. Seem like you understand that understanding begets action. You read this poem of problems well aloud, and your voice shakes the mountains in which truth is hidden from mediocre minds afraid to climb from the depths they've dug themselves into. I hope you are beginning to see that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You were given a trigger for a tongue, so mother your mother's understandings.
Forgive your father's inability to teach.
It's no coincidence.
Our souls were slated to meet.
Thank you.